Siri, how does FaceNIC work?
Let me check on that. Okay. How about a web search for Siri? How does FaceNet work?
It's totally wrong. So, are we recording? We're not even recording yet, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Are we? Well, that's great, because Siri, our iPhone 4S friend, is not going to be much help today. But I am going to be helpful. This is the election edition of FaceNIC, and I'm here to talk about what else would you talk about on an election edition, but the upcoming election, which will be November 8th. Everybody in the city of North Liberty gets to vote in one place. There's 2 precincts, 1 place. Here at the community center, there will be 2 issues on the ballot. The first, we have 3 council seats open. We have 4 candidates, and their names are right there. Councilor video statements and written statements, all available on the website, so you can go and choose those folks. We also have a couple of candidate forums that are available online for you to watch, should you need that help deciding. The other big issue on the ballot, and this is only the second one, and the only other one, is, I'll read the summary. To authorize the change in the City Council representation plan for the City of North Liberty from an at-large system to a ward system. All right. So this measure only needs to pass by simple majority, and what it means is right now anybody in North Liberty who is an eligible voter can vote for any of the candidates, and the candidates for City Council can come from anywhere in the city. They can be neighbors, they can live across town, it doesn't matter. If we move to a ward system, what that does is it requires each one of those seats to come from a different ward, and those wards are going to be drawn up between the city and the Johnson County Auditor, and each of those wards will be approximately equal population, and candidates, each ward will have 1 elected member of council. Residents and voters will only be able to vote for their ward's representative instead of a district where you could vote for any of the candidates, but they would be in different districts in town. Right now, residents, voters can vote for candidates no matter where they live, no matter where the candidates live, and no matter where the resident lives. So, to be clear, this is not a change in government. We're not giving the mayor a vote. We're not adding extra councilors or anything like that. This is just how those council seats are divided up. And so if this measure passes, and like I said, it's a simple majority, so 51% of the voters, 49.9% of the voters, simple majority. We understand what simple majority means. We all took civics in high school. The city, again, will work with the county auditor to draw where those districts are. Those haven't been determined and aren't determined by the petition. And if it passes, the entire council will be up for election in 2013. The mayor and 2 seats would normally be up, but the 3 that we elect this fall will also be up for election because those wards will come into play. So that's all I've got for this time around. If you've got questions, hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Our username is North Liberty. There's no space there. And have a good fall, and don't forget to get your flu shot. And FaceNIC is out. Saturday morning in late October, 100 or so kids gathered at the community center to, what else? Stack cups. It's called sport stacking, or speed stacking, and the North Liberty Recreation Department and Buford Garner Elementary put on a just-for-fun tournament.
What's that?
This tourney wasn't sanctioned by the World Sport Stacking Association, but it was a chance for kids to come out and show off their speed and skill. Sport stackers use special cups, mats, and timers when they compete. The goal is to complete specific configurations in the fastest possible time. The world record for cycle stacking, or cycling through 7 different configurations of 12 cups, is just under 6 seconds. Sport stacking can hone hand-eye coordination, burn calories, and just be fun.
We've reached a milestone here. This has been in progress for many, many years. And this is going to be about 4.5 miles from Iowa City from the water plant to North Liberty. And it's going to be almost 18 miles by the time we come from Terry Trueblood Park south of Iowa City to North Liberty to the Mahaffey Bridge. And this is not only going to be to those locations, it's going to add on from there. We'll be going out north Dubuque Street to Solon, to Ely, on into Cedar Rapids, which goes on into Waterloo. So this is going to be one of the biggest assets for the community and for the whole area, for people bicycling, exercise, and whatever. And you tie this all together, it just brings a world of economy. I've been envious for years of what Wisconsin has done, and I'm sure some of the other board members have as well. And this is second to none. This is going to be great for our whole total community.
No, we're really tickled. The trail is open all the way through town, and it gets a lot of use. I live right here on Dubuque Street, and they're on the other side of the street now using it regularly, and it's great. We came down with a stroller today with the grandson, and you know, it's just really going to be just a great thing for the community. I just can't say enough about it.
I've been on the Trails Advisory Committee since the beginning with Janelle, and I'd like to say thank you to the Board of Supervisors who has kept hammering and making this commitment to this trails by setting money aside. Even when we were trying to get grants and it didn't happen, they just kept putting money aside, and we just kept doing it, and here we are. So thank you all. I appreciate your tenacity at working toward this.
Tell us when.
Okay. There you go.
I'm gonna kind of go casual if that's all right.
Tried to give me debit
I can hear you laughing.
Support those local businesses. That's right. I'm gonna go, so hold on here. Evidently, but this is gonna be really cool here shortly because this is gonna be able to take us all the way to Front Street, Fairview Lane. Wow, this looks different, doesn't it? Look how nice this looks. So these two, this was an existing median, and we've taken everything out. As you can see, it's going to match up with the new median over there. It's going to have some nice vegetation and lava rocking. Well, with this project, with the Jones Boulevard project, where the southern section is pretty well done, and they anticipate paving a good chunk of the rest of the road next week. And that's what I'm about to take you on right here. All this area has been graded and proof rolled, what they call, and is ready for concrete. Oh, it's looking pretty good. And then once the concrete gets in, all the utilities are done. They'll be ready to final grade it and seed it, much like is done on the southern part of the project. Yeah, sure. There are a number of different issues that caused some delay with this project. One of them being just the soils in general. Jones Boulevard has always been a road that has boiled up and has had troubles with soils. So they had to go in there and core a bunch of stuff out and put new soil and gravel and compact it. And that's part of the reason there's been a delay. The other reason is the contractor has not focused as much attention as they really needed to this project. They have now kind of refocused and are making some good strides and have changed some phasing of the project in order to get more done at once. So, and that's what we're on right now. This phase that we're on is actually two different phases right here, and they're going to be doing it in one long shot. But I think people are going to be really happy with the end result here, going from a seal chip road to a fully reconstructed curb and gutter concrete facility. We still think this project will be done, substantially completed this year in 2011, and probably some grading and seeding will be needed to be done, come in and done next year. And then in 2013, we anticipate doing the second half of Jones Boulevard here, which is the more southern part, and that then would complete the reconstruction of Jones. We have not, this new stoplight has been activated now for a couple weeks. We haven't obviously seen the full effect of this, of what this will do for our street system, because Jones Boulevard isn't complete. But once Jones is fully operational, this is really going to be a great asset to our transportation system in general. Much needed to help traffic flow in this area of town. This investment is going to be beneficial, not just for the traffic flow, which has already improved immensely here in this area, but because we're now driving into one of our core areas where we want to see commercial growth, and to have commercial growth, we got to have the infrastructure in place. And by completing this project, that's what we've done, adding turn lanes and widening sections of Penn, and also improving some of the older sections should really be beneficial to this area. There are two businesses that we know that are coming in here, and that is Blink Vision, owned by Ryan Veach. He's the owner of both of these buildings. And then a mail, etc. type business where folks can package and send things, much like a UPS center of some sort. We're told that there are other leases out there and are close to being signed, and what we're told is it could be potentially 75% of these buildings filled by the time they open, which I think is fantastic, and will really do a lot for this whole area. This is really a prime commercial development in North Liberty. You can look at the quality of the facilities, and they're really marvelous, and I think that's why they're having so much success in getting the leases signed. Well, this is the long-awaited McDonald's site, and since the last update, they've made quite a bit of progress out here and have the foundation in and some walls up. In addition to a McDonald's, there's also going to be a couple other retail spots available. I don't know that they have those leased yet, but this will no doubt be a popular area, especially when McDonald's gets up and running. It's exciting to hear that Alpha Graphics is now expanding into the same building, but I think taking up 3 units rather than 1. And I just think that goes to show the growth here in North Liberty, not only residential but commercial growth, is positive. It's great to see those types of businesses having success here. Additionally, we have some older commercial areas in town that have reinvested in their facilities, and also are seeing an increase in clients and in tenants, which is wonderful. I think we have more services being provided here in North Liberty. I want to take you then to, I think we can get around over here on the Golfview project.
Sounds great.
Because that's
I'd love to. Yeah,
that's a important link that is just not getting a lot of attention, I don't think, because it's nobody sees it. Yeah. This is the new Golfview Drive connection. One of North Liberty's biggest weaknesses in our transportation system is our lack of east-west connector streets. So what this street offers is another connection going east and west. And what you can see is we had to cross Muddy Creek and the railroad tracks to get this connection in. So it's not a lot of length of street, but the cost of the project was expensive because of crossing these two barriers. They had to reroute the creek and dewater the area, which was pretty fascinating to see done. And now, and it involved a lot of work with the Corps of Engineers and the DNR. Now the creek is running how it was back in its normal place. It's just under a bridge. So very, very cool to see that happen. And you can see here they're getting close. We're not going to cross the bridge because I don't think they want us to be on that yet, but they're getting close to completion. And I imagine here in October this will open up, and it will provide an east-west connector all the way from Kansas Avenue to Front Street. Actually, a substantial piece of this project was the railroad crossing itself, and that's something folks may not know, is that cities are required to pay for that. The railroad won't pay for that. Matter of fact, railroads want to avoid crossings as much as they can. So there will be lights here, there will be gates here, there'll be gates over the sidewalks. It'll be it's about as protected as it can be for a railroad crossing. I'll call your attention to the stonework on the bridge. One of the things we look at in every project is, obviously we're concerned about functionality, but we also want to look at how we can improve the appearance in general, or continue to improve the appearance in general in North Liberty. And you know, image goes a long way when you're trying to recruit businesses and residents. And so the added touch here is the stonework on the bridge, which is very similar to the bridge in the new Cornerstone Park area on Dubuque Street.